I would have liked to see a wash on that, but, you know, out of everything, what more can you ask for? It's Game of Thrones figures that are, you know, really nice. Okay, last Game of Thrones figure. I put Robb off because I was starting to sound like a Funko shield. But I can't help it. Every figure I've opened of this series has been fantastic for the most part, you know. I have a little problem with Drogo's size, but other than that, just fantastic figures. Robb here is no exception, and I know this is becoming monotonous, but a great figure. The likeness, another great likeness. It looks, you know, just like Robb. The costume is great. The cape is a little stiff compared to, you know, here's his skirt type thing is really soft for leg movement. His cape is kind of stiff and it's a bit heavy up here with all this fur. So it makes him a little back heavy. You have to lean him forward just slightly to get him to stand. I like the dark colors. Everything's painted. Well, okay, let me take that back. Everything's painted really well. The armor pieces are, you know, weathered. The leather straps. Even the face is painted. The eyes are good. The hair has a dark wash. It's black with a, you know, brown over it. Even the, you know, the holes in the belt, you know, are painted gold. But we get to this soft undercover, or this skirt and shirt deal, and there's no wash to it at all. It's just a plain brown. The bottom of the cape has dirt, you know, simulated dirt detail. So, yeah, I would have liked to see a wash on that, but, you know, out of everything, what more can you ask for? It's Game of Thrones figures that are, you know, really nice. Such a step up from Series 1. I mean, look at him. It's a little human. 6 inches tall. The big difference I noticed, and I don't know why, you know, it's just one of those things. The scabbards, or the sheaths, on all the figures have been on a, you know, a loose type belt. Like Jamie's here, you know, you move it all around. Here, on Robb, it almost acts like it's pegged to the body, if not, you know, a part of the sculpt. You know, and I know it's a separate piece, but it is glued on there. I mean, it's solid, not moving at all. There's no tilt. There's no, you know, repositioning. And he comes with the sword. Unfortunately, the packaging kind of bent mine just right there. It's not noticeable from the front, but yeah, there's some warpage to it. Even though it's a pretty, you know, stiff plastic, which is probably why it's still like that. So I'll have to take some heat to that later. But it goes right in. It blends right into his, you know, silhouette. It's not awkward looking. It's not sticking out. Articulation, he's got the normal, you know, head up, head down, a little bit side to side. Shoulders, a little bit hindered by this. The whole cape piece comes up into this fur. It's all glued together, and then there's a armor type piece right here that's made out of a soft material. So you can get his arm forward, but that's about as far as you're going to get. Now, you have to watch out. This elbow piece, very soft rubber. It gets caught right there. So if you pry it, you can get up under. But it doesn't get you anymore. It just looks bad that, you know, it catches underneath and kind of pushes out. I worry about that tearing. So, hinges out, swivels forward. You're not going to go around unless you remove the cape. And it is glued down really good to the torso piece. Elbows are hinge and swivel. Not quite 90. I don't know what's going on there. All the rest go about 90. It swivels out. Now, his waist, torso, articulation, but he gets great range of movement. the sword kind of, or the sheath kind of gets in the way going this way. He goes forward. He goes back really far. Now, the first time I did this, he kicks back so far that you can see the hole where the peg is. And when I went to bring it up, it was stuck. So I had that slight fear of I just broke my toy, which is never a good thing. But it catches right there where that hole is. So if you twist and bring it around to where it's back over his skirt piece, but look at that. I mean, it's just a lot of movement. Watch me snap them right in half. No, I'm not worried. Like I said, this is soft. The hips are on a ball. He doesn't get a lot of forward, though. I don't know if it's catching something. I mean, you can bring it up and out a little bit. He gets a little bit of more range of movement. Back, not so much. All the Game of Thrones figures have nice, not nice butt. Ooh, no, it has a butt sculpt, so it, blocks them from going back. There's a thigh swivel. Now on mine right here, it likes to stick. I can get it to move by, and it snaps. I let it sit for a while. It sticks back, so I don't know what's up about that. I had the lower knee joints on the double knees locked, like I did on Drogo. But same with there, it freed right up. Double knees, he can get back quite a bit. I thought for a second he had an upper boot, but he doesn't. Ankle, hinge back, hinge forward. Not a lot of movement. He's got a lot of sculpt right here in the boot, but the boots are nice looking boots. My first, customizing. I mean, those legs would be good fodder. They're just clean legs, no detail, besides wrinkles and such. And of course, rocker ankle action. Nice range of movement on a peg. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with Robb. And here's all my Series 2 together. I didn't order Daenerys. I have the first one. I'll end up with her eventually, but not right now. After opening all these, I think I'm good for a little bit. I'll wait on her. But I mean, look at it. It's great all the way across. Skin tones, paints, armor, sculpt is fantastic. Just all around. Now, when I opened Robb, I noticed that one of the things missing that I would like to see is up and down hinge for the wrist. That way you could get the sword out. We saw this in Star Wars Black Series 1 Luke. I think we saw it with a couple more of the Star Wars Black figures, 6-inch, where they can, the swords can go straight out. They can, sword fight. None of these figures have that. They all have side-to-side wrists, which isn't bad. But other than that, just great-looking figures on the shelf. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones, if you're a fan of good figures, if you just want fodder for armor, I mean, changing the heads on any of these would give you any Mordor warriors, Rangers for your Hobbit display, generic knights, even take the heads, for Marvel Legends customs. Another thing I noticed about Robb compared to the others, I had trouble getting their swords in their hands for the rest of the wave. Prying the hand was difficult, harder plastic. Even some of the thumbs were molded to the fingers. And all the swords in the series have a big pommel. Robb, no problem prying his hand open. I didn't have to cut anything. I didn't have to, blister my fingers trying to get it open. It just goes right in, and then the hand closes back around the sword. Just fantastic. I love swords. I don't know much about swords, but they look kick-ass. Anyway, if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you on the Fwoosh. Oh man, right off the bat, this is a great likeness. I mean, it's just got that cockiness. You just want to hate the face. Back, not so, but... Oh man, what else was I going to talk about Robb? I was going to say something. awesome. You're wasting film. Oh,